All right. We're back with another Devs deck. My name's Eric, and you're watching Cyborg MTG here on YouTube Gaming. If you guys want to play this deck or any other deck on MTGO, check out manatraders. They're our sponsors. The link is in the description box below, along with a coupon code that'll save you 15% on your first 3 months when you sign up. Don't forget to use the link. It helps the channel. Other ways you can help the channel are very simple. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want to share on social media, you can do that. I know a lot of people are really interested in these Judith decks, and I'm one of them. I played I played a few of them, on stream last week. That was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing Deb's version of the deck. What's up, Aiden? How you doing, man? You want to see this? Yeah, thanks, man. Audio text. Audio text is bad. Auto text is bad. Yeah, it is. Man. Just press play on Kingdom Hearts 3 and having this play in the background. Awesome. I think Madness is going to be on Kingdom Hearts as well. I know a lot of people are wanting to play it. I didn't have it pre-ordered or anything, so I'm not going to be picking it up, but I'm probably going to be getting it for Val here soon. I never was a big Kingdom Hearts fan, but I know she is, so I know she was interested in that game, so we'll probably be picking it up fairly soon. I'll let you guys know what I think about it if I play through it. Who knows, we might even see if we can find a way to stream that or something. I don't know. Doubt it, but we'll find out. Anyway, right now we've got Deb's Judith deck in front of us. Pretty cool deck. Got some underlying spectacle themes and stuff, which isn't hard to do with Judith. I mean, you're sacking your gutter bones and things to priest of the Forgotten Gods, which allows you to do some damage. Get that early that early spectacle damage in, allowing you to cast your lightning bolts and things, allowing you to activate so that you can have Rix's Mighty Reveler down. I mean, it even gives you 2 mana, so you can have 2 mana open, just 2 mana open, and if you sack up 2 things to Priest of the Forgotten Gods, you get the additional mana, and you've already activated Spectacle to play your Rix's Mighty Reveler. So there's just a ton of value you can get there. Hopefully we'll have more than 2 mana available to us by the time we are wanting to Spectacle our Rix's Mighty Reveler, but I really want to do that. I've played the card quite a few times already, and I've yet to actually cast it for full value. Like, I've always either had at least 1 card in my hand that I wanted to get rid of, but I really want to see this when I'm hell-bent. I have nothing other than Rix's Mighty Reveler in my hand and be able to get that Spectacle off. That seems like that would be absolutely terrific. I'm really looking forward to playing Theater of Horrors again. I like the card. I think it's a great form of card advantage. We got a couple extra copies in the sideboard. As far as Spectacle goes, we can activate that very easily with our Spawn and Mayhem. Every single turn we're going to activate this. But what this does, like playing a card like this just screams that we're starting a clock, we want to be on a clock, and we're expecting that we can deal more to you. We have to be somewhat tempo-based, because Spawn of Mayhem is going to start hurting both of us, but at one point or another, he's going to be so large, or they're going to have to kill him. So eventually that damage should stop, but there's a point where he will start getting very large. However, without some type of life gain, he's not going to get much bigger than a 13/13, or we're going to die. There is no life gain in the deck. As far as just straight up cards go, do we even have a single? No, we've got no way to gain life in the deck. So yeah, he's never going to be bigger than a Death Shadow. If he is, we're dead. But Flying Trample, I mean, if they're still alive and we're swinging with that, oh my goodness. Still and Sack, one of your favorite concepts. Well, we're not actually stealing their dudes. Now, in the versions of the deck that I played some with Fireblade Artist, and I played some without. I was not actually impressed with this card, as I felt that I was getting enough of a sack option with my Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Priest is a really good card, and most of the time you just want to find more ways to get 2 creatures so that you can just play priest, and you always want to have a priest, you know, untapped. The card that is really shutting this deck down is a card named Cry. Cry of the Carnium is -2/-2, and creatures that die that turn are exiled, which kind of really puts a damper on this deck. Everything falls under the 2 toughness except for your Spawn of Mayhem. Even your Ravenous Chupacabra, even Judith, everything's 2 toughness. So the card completely wipes the board, and these creatures don't die, so you don't get Judith triggers or anything like that. And that can be a little bit tough. So against black decks, we're definitely going to try to play around that tonight. I'm going to be playing two games with this deck, and then we're going to play a game with the other deck that was in Dev's deck tech. If you guys want to check out his deck tech, the link is in the description box below, or the up there, yeah, the little information box above, and the deck itself is in the description box below. But we're gonna be playing one game with the Goblin Frenzy Judith deck, which you know, has some pretty cool cards. Goblin Chain Whirler, Goblin Instigator to give us just, you know, more bodies. This is definitely a deck where you want to, you know, like get a turn 1 Goblin out, get a turn 2, you know, Goblin Instigator, and then like slam your Judith and swing for 6. Seems absolutely terrific. As far as other cards that I really like in this deck, Legion Warboss is good. And then as far as card advantage goes, I would probably go with Thief or Theater instead of Frenzy, just because I haven't had a lot of luck with Frenzy. I know there's people that have played the deck or played this card in their decks, and their decks are built around it, and this one's got a very low converted mana cost. But like most of the time, I just don't have a lot of luck with Experimental Frenzy, and seem to get more value overall in the long run, either out of Flame of the Kiln or out of Theater of Horrors. So I would definitely look into trying some of those in this deck if you were going to play around with a Goblin's deck. Other cards of note are Dark Dweller Oracle. Has the ability to just pay 1 and sacrifice a creature. Doesn't care what the creature is. You can just sack a creature and get you a trigger there if you have your Judith out. But it also lets you look at the top card of your library, and you can play that card this turn. So, you know, even if it's a land, you can play it. Do think about, you know, sacrificing before you make your land drops for that turn. If you're going to be activating the sacrifice ability, go ahead and do that before you play a land from your hand, so that you can get the maximum value out of that card. You might want to save that land for a next turn. So, early access event. What? Feels very strong in that deck. You played the Judith Goblin Queen deck from the early access event and didn't have much luck with it. No, Goblins kept dying before you could get the Judith down. Yeah, I haven't had much luck with it either. And if you look at the SCG, I know that there were people that had to have taken a version of a Judith deck up there, and you just didn't see any in like the top 66 decks. There's just no Judith decks up there, and it's kind of, you know, heartbreaking. But as soon as you start looking at the other decks, like take for example the Sultai mid-range deck that came in first place, we look at its sideboard, we've got 3 Cry of Carniums here. This card just absolutely hoses the Judith decks. So like, they're just not worried about, you know, your little 2/1 recursion theme. They just don't care. They're gonna, you know, play Cry of the Carnium, but they're gonna have, you know, J-Light Rangers that have outgrown it. They're going to have Wild Growth Walkers that have outgrown it, and they just don't care. Or they're going to have, you know, a Carnage Tyrant, or, you know, a Hydroid Colossus, and that's just so much more powerful than pretty much anything we're doing with the Judith decks, and that's kind of sad. But if you do end up getting your, you know, Priest of the Forgotten Gods online, and you have multiple cards per turn that you can sack, you can actually just start, you know, whittling your opponent down turn for turn, or turn after turn, with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and they'll have to add more than 1 creature to the battlefield every turn, or you're going to deal with them. So the prayer is to just run up against something that doesn't have removal, or, you know, Cry of Carnium. So you're definitely interested in seeing how well the Judith Priest deck runs. I am too, Boros. So we're gonna kind of jump into it here. We do have like Drill Bit, things like that in the sideboard. So Rakdos Aristocrats. Uh, Mortal Kombat. You played the 20 bolt? And holy cow, is it awesome. Yes. The 20 bolt deck actually put up a top 32. A version close to it anyway. So there are definitely people playing Punisher Burn, and it's pretty mean. I mean, it's pretty mean. You went 6 for 6 with it. That's mean. I'm gonna keep this hand. I mean, we've got stuff. I got a little bit more land than I would really want. I would like only 3 lands and then some good plays. Divest. Okay, well there goes either the Priest or the Judith. What do you guys think he'll take, Priest or Judith? I think he'll take the Priest. Oh, okay. Ouch. It's a black deck too, so Cry of Carnium. Oh, why you? I think you like want to see Gutter Bones in this deck. Burglar Rat. I'll get rid of Swamp. Hey, look, I got another Swamp. Is it more important to keep the creature? Yeah, I'm not swinging. Yeah, I have more outs to just draw another creature this turn. Heartless Village. You got me, opponent. You got me. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. We're having an arena hand. Got a second to pop in during the opening cutscene of Kingdom Hearts 3. This was revealed before, so ain't missing much. I've already seen the spoilers, man. Welcome, madness. I think Rocker said he's just got us on in the background as well. I'm gonna take this. Come on, creature. I need a creature. I need a creature. Heartless Pillage. You got me. He got me. You follow the trailers like religious. I do that with every game that I anticipate. Like, so I mean, if it's something that's like right up my alley and I'm waiting on it, man. I already want to know everything I can about it before it ever comes out. So you know, like I say that I hate spoilers, but I don't hate spoilers. Oh no! Spawn! I can't cast you, Spawn. I mean, he's gonna make me discard this somehow. Wow. Senior discard deck. You Heartless Pillage me again. I don't know why he spent the treasure though. Like, Vicious Rumors. Hey. Hey, it's the 1-1 beatdowns, ladies and gentlemen. The 1-1 beatdowns. He's winning, though. You haven't waited for a game like you waited for KH3? I have. It's called Diablo 4. I'm still waiting for it. Begging for it. I want this game. Beaten to death by a rat. Yeah? We're a little devil. He's keeping up. Like a little savage. But, you know, he's only shining light on the feet, man. He's not all the way up there. Feels bad, man. Beaten to death by a rat. Feels bad. Oh, the power of the Judith decks! Oh, no. But why? Bye-bye, rat. Bye-bye. No. See? Rick's Mighty Reveler for no value. Oh, it's so good. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. No, you don't think it's really what this game means to you. You're going to enjoy it. What? I don't think you know what Diablo 4 would mean for me. If it was done right, I would start streaming it. I would put some serious time into Diablo 4. I really would. I highly anticipate the game. I really, really want Diablo 4. So, yeah. We'll find an opponent. It's gonna be that way. Get him, Reveler. Oh, what is he bringing back? Well, Burglar Rat's not good for him. Getting my Spawn of Mayhem seems pretty good, right? Gee. What are you waiting on, opponent? Just grab my Spawn of Mayhem and beat me to death. Quit making it hurt so bad. Come on, opponent. Seriously, man. Just kill me already. Just show me that you have what it takes to kill me. Fall of the Thron, pretty cool card. I like Fall of the Thron. Hey, he's got the Spawn of Mayhem. Yay. All right. Okay, each player returns 2 land cards from their graveyard to the battlefield. All you gotta do is say, okay, opponent. That's all you have to do. Oh man, there it is. Wow. I found it. Hey look, white chat. Alright, so we'll take Blood Crypt and Dragon Skull Summon. Nope. Seek a Squire. Alright, that works. He revealed a Duress. Duress is on top of his deck. What's he gonna do with it? What are you gonna do? Put it in the graveyard? You gonna keep it? I'm top decking. Yeah, he threw it in the graveyard. Good for him. Hey, look! Spawn of Mayhem that we cannot cast! It's so wonderful! Oh. So all we can do is just hope that he gets our... like, he gets us down below 10, and then we can just make our Spawn of Mayhem bigger than his Mayhem, and go from there. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so I'll just get a couple more lands. Bye-bye, Fall of Thron. Bye-bye. That's a pretty cool card. If you can run it with Remorseful Cleric, you can sweep their side of the board. Or their half of the graveyard, and they don't have any creatures or lands to bring back from the graveyard. Works pretty good, I would say. Pretty good. This is gonna be bad. Like, oh man, this is gonna be so bad. We're gonna take such a beating. Nope, ain't paying for it. Might as well. I mean, I've got to take a hit for 4 next turn, and then hopefully like eat the Seeker Squire. So we'll go to 3. Ouch. We're gonna go to 2 because our Spawn of Mayhem Man, do I just trade spawns right here and just be done with this? Maybe. Because if I swing back, like, he blocks. Because my spawn becomes a 5. And if I swing, he blocks. And I'm going to be at 2, and then he just... Oh, man, this is brutal. Yeah, I think we trade. The only thing I really can do is just trade spawns here. And just be happy about it. Now I'm in a bad spot, right? Because we're in a position of unfavorable blocks. Yeah. Nightmare. Yeah, sure, pay for the spectacle cost and pass the turn and get it back with still mana in hand. I don't know. At least we could stand to kill that. I guess we take 2. I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Do you block? Do you block? He blocks! He blocks. Okay. Alright, whatever. Alright, he got a treasure. I had to try to do the damage, right? Oops. Why don't I have a... I don't have a stop. I bet he's got a discard spell. So it seems like that's what the deck does. I've got no way to call a spectacle here, do I? It's not even remotely possible. Fall of Thrawn! Yeah! Arrgh! I mean, like, okay, sure, I should have paid the spectacle cost, but there was no way we were getting additional cards. There was no way we were going to play anything else, and we still had mana on tap. So, I don't care that I didn't pay the spectacle cost. I didn't swing first and pay the spectacle. So, he wants to play a discard game. I'll play a discard game with him. Graveyard Marshal. If we top deck one of these, it's going to be great. Drill Bit. Let's play the discard game. Rick's Mighty Reveler just doesn't impress me at all. I've got some value here. We're gonna try to, I don't know, maybe we should go with this type of value. Spawn of Mayhem. He might be able to damage me more with it than I can deal to him. So this may just be dangerous. Like I was actually pretty scared of the Spawn of Mayhem that he pulled in against me earlier. Like that was a little bit worrisome. And then Judith will be fine. Midnight Reaper will be fine. I don't think I'm going to get a ton of value off of Midnight Reaper, and I don't think I really need Ravenous Chupacabra. Because I'm just going to try to go, like, I want to have better top decks than him in the late game. The real answer is actually probably just get rid of the Flameblade Artist. Yeah, I actually like that. If we get rid of Flameblade Artist, I get to bring in even more card value or card advantage, like value from that. So I think that's where I want to be. And then Carnival is just going to be a really sweet card to like kill his rats and other small creatures. And then as far as you know, the back half of it, we do have a ton of discard in here. So he may be making us try to discard, but I actually want to fight with him on that. So use Spawn with Fountain of Renewal. See, that sounds like just good tech, Robbie. That just seems like good tech. All right, so it activates Spectacle, but I gain my life back, right? Seems good. His hand seems fair. I get the feeling he's going to rip it apart, though. You guys liking the combat on Kingdom Hearts? Seems good. No basics. Sorry, the opponent was asking a question. I'll get rid of Gutter Bones. Wait a minute. Yeah. Discard a card. I discard Gutter Bones? And then a mill a card? Okay. All right. So the opponent was asking if he Fall of Thrawn brings back 2 lands, and one of like if he has 0 lands on the battlefield and he brings back a swamp and he was asking if he had a swamp and a Dragon Skull Summit, or if he brought back like a swamp and a Dragon Skull Summit with a Dragon Skull enter tap. So I guess we go Footlight Fiend. I kind of wanted to just play Priest of the Forgotten Gods and just get the most powerful thing I could out. So. Would it? I think it would come in on tap. Go Theater next. Theater's a 3 mana spell. I gotta have 3 mana to play Theater. I would love to go Theater next. I would. I really would. But I don't know if I can. Theater would start giving me some card advantage. Calling a land on top? Man, I wish you were right, Rob. I wish you were right. Maybe this time. Maybe this time. Dead weight on my priest? That's messed up. Whatever. Alright, so I gotta get rid of something. I really want to drill bit him. Seems so bad. I mean, we get a lot of value, right? But I gotta get to some land before I get this value. So I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of Gruesome Menagerie. There's a Skewer the Critics. Do we get to get away with attacking? Ooh. Spicy. At least I get some plays here. Cast with Spectacle. Alright, what do we get to take away from our opponent? What would I like to get rid of? Alright, so he can seal away my Footlight Fiend if he wants to do that. He's got a Burglar Rat to make me discard yet even more stuff. As far as mana goes, he's only got 2 mana and doesn't have more readily available. I don't want to get rid of Judith. Like, Judith seems like it's going to be a good thing to have. I sure don't want him. I guess I get rid of the Burglar Rat. Like, this seems bad that I just took a Burglar Rat. But I can not turn Judith sideways and play around Seal Away. I can keep a creature on the battlefield to play around, you know, the Fall of Thrawn and the Eldest Reborn. So that's going to be a problem, that treasure map. I'm just going to play or swing in here. Let him eat it. I'll deal the damage. I'll just deal the damage to him. It might be like a greedy play. But I just want to grab the Gutter Bones back, and then next turn I can just go Gutter Bones, Gutter Bones. Doesn't seem horrible. Also gives me some fodder in case he gets more, you know, more cards that will allow him to make me discard. I don't want him to be able to play those. So, or I don't want him to be able to rip my Theater of Horrors. I think I'm going to win this game with Theater of Horrors, and in order to do that, we need to keep it in our hand until we hit that next land. Oh my goodness. Alright. So let's just play Priest of Forgotten Gods, because that'll at least make him do stuff. Alright. I mean, him getting Scries does not sound terrific. We'll pass. Dread Shade. That hurts. That's bad. Okay. Yeah, I'll take that. Sweet. Alright, so we know he has Seal Away. We know he has Thrawn. We know he's got Eldest Reborn. We got rid of the Burglar Rat. Theater seems good here. And just not cause damage this turn, I guess. Seems bad. Seems bad. Might be able to get through this. The problem is we're going to be activating. Alright, so you got one of my Gutter Bones. You meanie. No, Angrath. You were going to help a lot. It's okay. We have Theater of Horrors. Everything's going to be okay. Do we really believe that? Anybody else believe that? Alright. We're going to exile a card. We put a Blood Crypt, so if we can activate, we can get a land for the turn. Alright, so we now have access to Blood Crypt. The opponent has taken damage. We can play Blood Crypt here. I'm going to play the life for the Blood Crypt. Then we can go. We can go red. Judith. Footlight Fiend. I can also skewer the critics. The problem with skewering the critics is I can't really skewer on the Dreadshade. I want to cast with Spectacle here. But it's actually a way to activate Spectacle, or activate, like, it's damage, right? So I could always just, like, point it at him later. I mean, we know the 3 cards he has in hand: Seal Away, Follow-Thron, and Eldest Reborn. He could easily just seal away our Priest of the Forgotten Gods. Apparently he's not going to do that. Okay. Well, we have a Midnight Reaper here available. So, what do we want to do? If I skewer the critics, you know what? I think I can just wait. I think I can just wait, right? I mean, I don't want to get rid of Judith and Footlight Fiend. And then just open him up to be able to Eldest Reborn and get rid of our last dude. Seems bad. I mean, I guess we you would play Judith before sacrificing and pin opponent in the trick. Fair enough. Vicious Rumors. Well, that's horrible. He got our Spectacle card. Alright, so now he's got all this mana. All the manas. Alright, what do you got, opponent? I think if I sacked, then we're just dead to, like, Eldest Reborn. So Eldest Reborn anyway. And we'll just do a couple points of damage to our... Let's pull out our available cards. Theater of Horrors has a host of cards here available to us. It's kind of horrible, right? I guess we just pass. I mean, there's no point in playing the land from the Theater of Horrors, because if we play the land from there, then, you know, we're still left with a land card in hand, and Eldest Reborn would make us discard it anyway, so. Jeez. Footlight Attack would activate Spectacle. It would. Alright. We're still not in, like, the worst spot in the world. I mean, we may take some damage here, but again, we're still not in, like, the absolute worst predicament. I know that Midnight Reaper is worse and worse, though. Mm. I kind of want to sack both of these right now. This only has a sorcery? Oh, it's sacked 2 other creatures. Can't sack it to itself. Alright. Fine. Take 1. Alright, come on. We gotta get a bunch of good stuff. Really good stuff. Alright, so that's another land. Other Theater of Horrors. We got a Judith, a Midnight Reaper. Can't really play the Midnight Reaper. Can't play much of anything here. We've already played our land for the turn, so... I guess the only play that I can think is we swing, we activate this, and then second main phase, play, or get a Gutter Bones back, right? Alright, so we get back Gutter Bones. We play Gutter Bones. Reaper? This feels a little bit bad. We're going to take 2 here. I'm going to do it now. Actually... cancel. I'm not going to do it. Alright, so we're going to let him put this trigger on the stack. See what he wants to get back. This way he actually has to go ahead and target something. So he'll try to get something back, and then I'll put the Priest of the Forgotten Gods onto the stack. Alright, so he's targeting Angrath, which is scary. Very scary. Alright, so I chose him. I'm going to get rid of Gutter Bones and Midnight Reaper. Target him. Let's get rid of that. Got so many stacks of things and stuff. And, we will target him. Oh, this is a nightmare because Angrath's just going to uptick and kill us, right? Yep, that's going to happen. No. So is that better off just chump blocking and being at 1? Probably. I mean, he could even take Judith. He could down tick Angrath and take Judith and smack me with it, but like the better play would be uptick, right? Am I allowed to get Gutter Bones back? Yeah. You missed the Gruul playing. Gruul was real good, Jack. You would have liked Gruul. The Gruul deck was pretty sweet. Can I get back Gutter Bones? He's taking damage this turn. Why can't I get Gutter Bones? Oh, only during your turn. Yeah, okay, so It's just horrible anyway. Have to do everything at super slow speed. The stream is super choppy. Let's see what I can do to fix that. Let's see if this helps. Let me know if this helps out. Yeah, alright. I didn't do so well with the Judith deck. Yeah, I get there was some loose play there. I definitely like Rick's Mighty Reveler still just doesn't impress me. Like just the opportunity to actually make that spectacle work. It's if you're way behind, it looks like the kind of card that if you're way behind, it would catch you up a lot. But you actually just need to be kind of just teetering along, and then this will help you, right? And then you might have to actually sacrifice something in order to make it work. So I'm not really happy with Rick's Mighty Reveler. As far as other cards, I like Footlight Fiend, don't get me wrong, but I still think Fanatical Firebrand is just a better card. Also, Fanatical Firebrand's a pirate and gets around, some Pirate's Pillage, things like that. The deck's pretty cool, though. I have not had luck with Fireblade Artist. I just don't think the deck needs that many sack outlets. I think the one thing you want to really be worried about is just trying to, make sure that you have 2 creatures on the battlefield every single turn so you can get an activation of Priest of the Forgotten Gods. I know these are Judith decks, but they're also Priest decks, and I think, making sure that you can make the Priest work is an absolute must. That being said, we're going to go play the Goblin version of this deck. Dev's Judith Goblins. Now, there's no priest in here, and yeah, I kind of wish that it was, but we are going to play the Goblins deck, and then yeah, let's see how this works. The Judith Goblins. Just finished your taxes while watching me top deck Theater of Horror. Unfortunately, Theater of Horror just showed us more of things that weren't going to help, which was kind of bad. Seems like a bad hand. I don't want to keep this hand. There's just no action here. Oh my goodness. I mean, force our way into something. I'm going to put that on the bottom. I mean, we can force our way into something here with a Skirk Prospector. If we hit 1 land, we're probably looking much better. I'll play the life. Could have played the mountain, but I expect that I want to have 2 mana, sack the Skirk Prospector, and then Legion Warboss later anyway. Like on turn 2, if I can get away with a Legion Warboss and start making tokens, then I feel pretty good about that. Then we can set up to one of these situations where we can play a Skirk Prospector later with a bunch of little Goblin tokens around and do some work there. If we do top deck yet another land, we can get the Judith down. Nope, never mind. Never mind. If he takes Legion Warboss, then I'll hold off. He just took the Judith, okay. Wow, we hit another land. So, yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice the Prospector, make a mana, play the Warboss. I mean, I should at least get a Goblin out of it. I mean, we might run into Kaya's Wrath, so. Theater of Horrors is great and can be consistent with Spectacle. It can. Theater of Horrors is great, and I think that if we're going to play Theater of Horrors, you might want to just play that as the main, engine in your decks, and then see, look, another Prospector. I think we just Chain Whirler. And if we need to, like, Prospector next turn, then we can. Yeah, Theater of Horrors is great, and I think we're going to play Theater of Horrors. I think the Rakdos decks are actually going to do better by being some kind of kill burn deck, and based more like on Theater of Horrors itself. So like we might see something along those lines. I kind of want to just sack all of this to get Experimental Frenzy down. And then we can look at the top card of our library. Alright, so we'll be drawing a Dark Dweller Oracle next turn. So it's a Goblin Queen deck. Yeah, Dev made a Judith Priest deck, and he made a Goblin deck. Ah, Mortify! And he's got the good ones. Well, it's almost the good ones. His aren't shiny. I've got the shiny ones. Yeah. You and your non-shiny Mortify. This is actually a really cool looking foil. Even on Magic Online. I'll show you guys after this. Yep, it's a Goblin Queen deck. I played a deck very similar to this deck for the early access event. Well, kablooey. I mean, swing 3, go. Boom. That's what we got. Your turn, opponent. What's up, Judith? You had a good night at work? Doing the thing? We've had a pretty decent time. That's an awesome Mortify. I'll show you an awesome Mortify. I'll show you an awesome Mortify. It's the same one, only foil. See? Gotta have the foily ones. You get these every couple weeks. Like, you get these promo packs, and they can have this stuff in them. So, it's just one of those things that Magic's just kind of always done. Alright, yes, you're getting card value from your Thief of Sanity. All the mana and no cards. Yeah. Ritual of Soot. Oh, you monster. You meanie. Well, that was a good top deck. I'll take it. We're playing around Thought Erasure by playing off the top of our library. We're strategically out of cards in hand, right? We're just pulling only gas off the top of the deck. That's what we want to do. Oh, he got our Goblin Chain Whirler. Well, boo. Alright. Well, that's not gas off the top of the deck. But we'll make the trade. He kind of like needs to make the trade, right? Sure. We'll just play our land and go. Why does that one line look so dark in the center? Hey, Night Veil Predator. Ouch. You're a little late, Goblin. It's strategy. Right? It is. It is. Looks like there's quite a delay in chat tonight. I hope that fixed the oh man. Is this Wyatt Darby's deck? I think it is. I think this is Wyatt Darby's deck. Oh, look. Yippee. So now what do we need? Judith off the top. Swing with everything. He takes 6. 7. Takes 6. Ooh. He could take 8. But then we're dead on the backswing. Wouldn't be enough. Just wouldn't be enough. Oh, he's got our Dark Dweller Oracle. Didn't we know? Wait, I think I knew that. Oh, look. Another. Yay. Well, that's not so great. Alright, we're going to begin sideboarding. This deck doesn't have a sideboard, so we're just going to run it back. Dev just kind of threw this one together. Call Arnold. The Predator came out. Or the Predator. Yeah, the Predator's out. Night Vale Predator's not a bad card. Like, it's not the greatest card in the world as far as like you would want it in every deck, but if you're an Esper, there's probably a good chance that you might actually want Night Vale Predator. It flies, it's got Death Touch, seems to be pretty good. I'm curious if there's a good way to give it First Strike. Like if there's a solid way to give it First Strike, man, that'd be one heck of a blocker. First Strike and Vigilance, oh my goodness. Yeah. Hey, another Gobble. Yeah, we just drew Instigator after Instigator there, so it was a bit of a nightmare. If this is Wyatt Darby's deck, then he's actually got some mainboard board sweepers in the deck. The idea of his deck would be to force us into playing multiple creatures onto the battlefield in order to overwhelm him, then actually sweep the battlefield. Which it's a relevant tactic. I mean, he's got a. If it's that deck, then he's got certain cards. Man, I should have just been playing this shit. Yeah, playing that swamp was a mistake. That swamp should have been our 4th land, so that I could play the Goblin Chain Whirler next turn. It was definitely a mistake. Bad play, Eric. Bad play. Oh, the punts. They just keep coming in. They just keep coming. Thought Erasure. Maybe he takes the Goblin Chain Whirler anyway, and then we just. And there's forgiveness. That the Chain Whirler would have been gone. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe he's scared of the Siege Gang Commando. I mean, we do have a lot of land. We're probably going to get it. Yay! I'm not punished for playing the swamp. Now we're going to top deck a Chain Whirler. And back to being punished. Let's do it. Nope, just an Instigator. That's okay. Because I can still make multiple plays this turn with an Instigator. I mean, 3 per turn is a decent clock. Especially nice with Lazav. Yes, I mean, you just pay 4 mana, and you can, if you have a Night Vale Predator in the graveyard, you can give Lazav Hexproof, which is pretty sweet. So, yeah. Do I think Torgar would go well in Rakdos Aristocrats? Probably. I mean, maybe. See, the thing about those Aristocrats decks is you don't really need another sack outlay. Like, that's not the problem, is being able to kill your dudes is normally not the problem. The problem is normally having some reason to kill your dudes, right? Like, you need a payout. And it just so happens that the thing that kills them is the payout. To go along with that, the Ha ha, opponent. I got another. The thing to go along with that um, is Judith. I mean, she's both an anthem and a payoff for sacking your dudes. Deb said that in his deck tech. And then with Priest of the Forgotten Gods, it's not only a sack outlet, but it's also a payoff for sacking your guys. You're making your opponent sack things. There's no reason to play this before I swing. I assume this just gets absorbed. I'm going to play it anyway, but I assume we're getting absorbed here. No counter spell. So then we're getting Wrath. Kaya's Wrath? Is that what was going on? Contempt! Oh, we've been held in contempt. Come on, Judith off the top and let it resolve. That would be so awesome. That's not a Judith. I'll swing with all of it. If he's got to settle the wreckage, then he got me. There were like no settles registered in like the top 16 decks. I don't think there was settles. But there's a lot of Kaya's Wrath, and that's sorcery. So if he's got to settle, man, he's got me. No, he wouldn't be single targeting my goblins if he had to settle. Nope. Green black has some blood artist effects. Yes, I played with that in the early release event. I played with the poison tipped archer, and I played with slime tip a little bit, or sorry, slime foot. I'm thinking of archer tipped poison tipped archer, slime foot, and then there's the black creature. Oh man, I can't think of Vindictive Vampire, something like that. It's like a 4 mana, like 2/3 or something like it's actually Blood Artist. Whenever a creature dies, you know, you get the trigger, you get the drain ability. So pretty sweet. But 4 mana, ouch. And Poison Tipped Archer is also 4 mana. So a lot of lessons were learned when I'm going to keep this hand. A lot of lessons were learned when Blood Artist was printed. I'm just going to say that Blood Artist was really sweet. So special teams doing work tonight. Really? Special teams? Who's doing what? I just don't think you want Torgar though. Back to the original question. Torgar. I guess I really like Light Up Stage. Light Up the Stage is a great card. This is probably my favorite spectacle card. If you're even remotely aggressive, I think this card's worth playing. I mean, just giving you like I had other people tell me this is a really good card. If Jareth Miles is still here, he knows that he's one of those people, and it is a good card. So let's go ahead and swing. See what happens. A little swing-a-rooney. I think I'm going to get the Goblin Instigator down. Opt. Call. Where were you last week? I wasn't here. I wasn't able to stream, so I didn't stream. But I'm back now, and we're streaming this week, so I'm glad you could show up. We'll leave it at that. Special teams or the punt squad. Heard. Alright, I have to ask, does anyone know who Tigto is? Or Tigtone? Oh man, I think it's Tigtone. I'm going for it. I don't care, I'm going for it. He has to counter this. He has to stop something we're about to do. Like, this is going to be too much. I'm going to cast Light Up the Stage. Sure. So now he needs to go land and... Ooh, he can't double black, double white because he's got an island. Yeah, the Esper decks are not running islands, by the way. Tigto, yes, or Tigto, yes, the show on Adult Swim, yes. Oh my goodness, it's funny. It's hilarious. I'm sorry, it's hilarious. It's like D&D Archer. No, why during my draw step, opponent, I'm still activating whatever opponent, whatever. I'm an idiot. I have done it again, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I have done it. Whatever. I just tapped all my mana. I have not been on today with the mana tapping. I guess it's okay because I'm going to sack this Goblin and play the Dark Dweller anyway, but there were other options. There were other options. And now those other options just aren't available. Because I just tapped all my mana like a savage. I'm just a free-range chicken, right? I'm just a free-range chicken. Yeah. Bok, bok. I just want to get the opponent low as quickly as possible here. Alright. If he would have tucked that and then cast... I think we're okay right now. Ritual? Come on, man. It ain't cool. There's no point in making the mana. Like, this should be instant speed. Arrgh. And we got our Frenzy down. We're going to draw a Judith. That seems great. Great. Prospector, man. There was just nothing to do with the Prospector. Like, I had no instant. Like, there was nothing I could do with that mana. So I thought about doing the Prospector thing, but there's just nothing I could do with it. So, drawing a Judith seems great. A little spectacle puncheroonie here. Come on. We've got this. We've got this. Frenzy down. Yeah, Frenzy went down. Frenzy definitely went down. Basilica Bell Haunt. Oh, opponent. Gaining 3 life hurts so much. It's a lot of things. They gotta die. Just pass the turn. There's not a lot else I can do. Basilica Bell Haunt. This card is real. I originally didn't give it a lot of credit, but look at this. He's going to start using Basilica Bell Haunt to come back. I'm having to discard cards. I should have played that land, I guess. I'm having to discard cards here, and he's gaining 3 life. Talk about stabilization. He's now just Thought Erasure for the Surveil, 2 mana Surveil. This man's a monster. About a minute behind on chat? Yeah. This is so brutal. So brutal. I could sack both my goblins to finish this Basilica Bell Haunt off. I'm not gonna do that. No way. Yeah, the lag seems pretty serious. Oh no. I assume you guys haven't seen it yet. Oh, come on, Dak. And then we're forced to swing into Lyra? No, I'm done. I'm done with that. Yeah, I think this is Wyatt Darby's deck. If you guys want to check that out, the meta coverage should be up tomorrow. In Solo Artifact, man, wasn't that a thing? All right, so that's our second deck for the day. Yeah, the Mortifiers were mortifying, right? So yeah. I'll let it go. So by that you mean that it's a feminine spirit, Basilica Bell Haunt. Understood. Seems good. Wonder if that's how you spell that. I had to access like parts of my brain that don't normally work to see if this is how you spell Basilica. Apparently it's not. Let's try Bell Haunt. There we go. Yep. Oh, it's only one L. Alright, so we wanna be perverted here. That's the game plan. Hey, maybe it's just a breastplate. I don't know. I don't know how much I want to say that, but there's some feminine qualities to that spirit. How big can we make this? What do you guys think? Is Basilica Bell Haunt a male or a female, or does it even matter anymore now that it's passed on to the afterlife? You can hear their tolling only when your debt is due. That's kind of the way it played out, right? We owed a debt. We were about to die, and you know, yeah. 1L, Jeebus. 1L, Jesus. All right. I don't know. I'm gonna say it's got some feminine qualities. I'm good with saying her, it. It's a spirit. I guess it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's gonna do it for tonight. I had a lot of fun playing these. I hope you guys had fun watching them. If you want to check out the Gruul mid-range deck or the Gruul Monsters deck, it played really, really well. As far as Judith decks go, though, the main thing that I really want to hit on in the wrap-up is, if you look at the big decks from this weekend, like the Sultai mid-range decks, they have multiple copies of Cry of Carnium in the sideboard. Cry of Carnium is going to make sure that we just don't get away with playing these types of decks. You might have a little bit better luck in like best-of-one games and things like that if you think that you can make this a really good best-of-one deck. You would definitely want to make some, do some tweaking to it in order to play it in best-of-one. But as long as, decks are running 3 and 4 copies of like Cry of Carnium in the sideboard, which exiles everything and kills everything in the deck, as long as, decks are running those, I just don't think we're going to be able to play our Aristocrat style deck. And that the reason we see all of these Cry of Carniums is not necessarily because of Aristocrats. So, we'll have another arena day here in a week or two. I plan on doing a pretty big pack opening and then just kind of like build what I can from what I have. It's not going to be like a super amount, but I'm planning on like buying somewhere between 45 and 100 packs or I guess it's 45 and 90 packs, and then we'll just open tons of cards, like maybe 15 to 30 packs of a couple different sets, and have some fun with that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I want to have another arena day, but I just kind of need to wait a little bit in order to do that. But if you guys want to help out with that, you can by supporting on Patreon. And if you want to help with, like if you just want to help support the stream in general, then if you're on YouTube Gaming, click that join button. You'll get the nice little green name tag and have some access to special emotes and let everyone know that, hey, you are here and you help support the stream. And I'll thank you big time for it, seriously. So if you guys want to help sponsor the stream, you can do it that way. What else we got? Tomorrow we've got a Simic Climb deck coming up. I'm going to play Simic Climb, and then I want to play this Teamer Climb deck that I seen. And the big card. This weekend, like if you guys that are watching right now, if you don't get a chance to watch the meta coverage, just know these cards, right? Hydroid Colossus is taking over, right? There are so many decks that are going to just be built around Hydroid Colossus. Like if you look at the Bant Climb deck, look at this. 4 copies of Hydroid Colossus. This is a Bant Climb deck. Yeah, it's using Incubation Druid and Growth Chamber Guardian. You got Bant Nexus deck. Look at this. Hydroid Colossus. Right? When we get into the sideboard, more Hydroid Colossus. This has actually got a completely transformable sideboard. Pretty cool. We look at the Gates deck. Right? This is just a Gates deck. And you'd think they'd be running a bunch of like Gatebreaker Rams for like 3 mana 5/5s and stuff. Nope. Hydroid Colossus. Like, what is going on? Hydroid Colossus. You look at the Nexus of Gates deck. This is a Nexus deck, right? What do they have? 2 copies, Hydroid Colossus. Right? It's crazy. You get in the sideboard, you find the other 2 copies. The card is absolutely bonkers. You guys are going to see a lot of it. We look at Simic Nexus. This is still a Nexus of Fate deck with 4 copies of Nexus of Fate. But guess what else they got? 3 copies of Hydroid Colossus. We get to, Sultai Climb. Hey, it's a Sultai deck. Looks green-black to me. We got a couple copies of Hadana's Climb, which is to make Incubation Druid create a whole bunch of mana so we can cast Hydroid Colossus. And there's the Teamer deck, another deck just kind of based on, Hadana's Climb and making Incubation Druid have a ton of mana so you can cast Hydroid Colossus. It is absolutely insane. The top 32 is completely littered with Hydroid Colossus. And it's staggering. The winner of the tournament said that he had cast Sphinx's Revelation more than most people, and he is adding cast of Hydroid Colossus to the list of Sphinx's Rev. Okay, so you say it's like Sphinx's Rev, but half. But the math on it is for 5 mana, it's the same. Right? So Sphinx's Revelation was 3 colored mana and then X, or XX, or something like that. It doesn't matter. If you put 5 mana into it, you would gain 2 life, draw 2 cards. So with Hydroid Colossus, you're... so for 6 mana. Let's look up Sphinx's Revelation. Hold on a minute. It's not even half, really, until you get way on into the higher converted mana costs. So, I can't spell. Sphinxes. Maybe I'll find it this way. Oh no. I froze everything. Yep, I froze everything. There it is. So 3 mana and X, you gain X life, draw X cards. So for 5 mana, you're drawing 2. For 6 mana, you'll draw 3. With Hydroid Colossus, for 6 mana, you'll draw 2, which is actually not even a full half of Sphinx's Revelation. Thank you, Hario. I still got it though. Sphinx's Revelation, like, we want to say that it's half, but most of the time you're casting this for 6 mana, and for 6 mana, it's actually a little bit better than half of Sphinx's Revelation, so it's pretty decent. Sphinx's Revelation does get better and better the farther you get into the late game, but yeah. Anyway, repudiate that junk. What? I don't even. What? Huh? Anyway, my bad. Guys, that foil Colossus today, awesome. That's all I've got for tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. I had a lot of fun with the devs decks. I hope you guys had fun watching the devs decks. They're pretty sweet. I just think that we're in a bad spot thanks to Cry of Carnium. So, everyone, have a great time. My name's Eric. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Did you notice Sultai was just Golgari with Crosses? And negates and Azorius. Aggro is just White Weenie with negates. Yeah. Yeah, like if you look at the Golgari mid-range deck that actually top 32, I'll just say this really quick. If you look at the Golgari mid-range deck, the top 32, they're 3 cards different from this deck and the deck that came in first place, other than the mana base, right? Like as far as like non-land cards, there are only 3 cards different, and those 3 cards are 1 copy of Vraska's Contempt, a Ravenous Chupacabra, and a Seeker's Squire. And what they changed those 3 cards main board are just simply Colossus. It turns out that if you put Colossus in a deck that is already good, it's just going to give you more of that good stuff that you wanted anyway to allow you to just continue doing good things. Even if it gets countered. The card's absolutely terrific. Playing it in a good deck just gives you more good things to do. The mirror has become completely about card advantage. You just want as many of your advantage engines as possible. Carnage Tyrant's no longer the big deal. You just want more and more stuff. So sweepers are more prevalent, which means Esper Control is going to be in a really, really good spot. As long as people are trying to just draw a bunch of creatures and play a whole bunch of creatures, you're just going to want to sweep, sweep, sweep. So, yeah. Check out the meta coverage if you guys want to hear me go on more about that, including pretty much the exact same thing we just said. We will see you guys tomorrow night as we catch up with the Simic Climb deck from Dev. And that's it.